Good morning, children. How are you? Good. See, last class, so tell me which topic we had discussed? Yes. The topics in the previous classes, and particularly in the last class, we had discussed salient features of Indian judiciary. Before that, we completed the structure and hierarchy of courts. We discussed about the Supreme Court of India. We discussed about the High Court of India. We discussed about District Court of India. We discussed about tribunals. Okay, and last class we had discussed about salient features of Indian democracy. Fine, children. Any question you do have, must ask it. Okay, never hesitate in asking the question. See, tomorrow, any one of you may succeed in being Attorney General of India, may succeed in being a law officers in India. So, how can one become? What are the necessary qualifications? And what do they do actually? What are their responsibilities? So, basically, today we are going to discuss Attorney General of India and law officers in India. Legal studies subject provides you, gives you ample scope. So, certainly you can reach till that post as well, children. Fine. So under this Attorney General, this office in fact, Attorney General of India, how can one become Attorney General of India? Very simple thing of simple concept is that if we don't discuss about the Attorney General and legal offices and officers of our country, our entire discussion of Indian judiciary regarding the structure of Indian judiciary would remain incomplete if we don't explain the law offices and officers appointed by central government and state government. Fine. So, who are those officers? These certain law offices at union level we do have and at state level we do have. So, these law offices at union level and at the state level exist to advise the executive wing of the government. The executive wing of the government are being advised by these law offices and the law officers in fact. Fine. All these law offices are taken up by law officers who derive their mandate either from the constitution directly or the statutory enactments and rules. Either simply or directly they derive their mandate from the constitution or the other statutory enactments are there, rules are there, from there they derive their authority in fact. Fine, children. And Attorney General used to be the first legal officer of our country. Just like we say, or a general question is being asked, the first citizen of India, the first citizen of our republic. So, obviously, it's the president of India, and the first law officer, okay, first legal officer of the country who used to be, yes, children, the Attorney General. Fine. Who is the present Attorney General of India? Yes, just think at the last out. If the answer comes to your mind, you must tell, otherwise at last we will discuss about it. Fine. So now how can one become? And what are the provisions in fact, children? We do have Article 76 of our Constitution. The dedicated article is Article 76 of Constitution of India. Under this article, one can be appointed. And who appoints them? President of India. So, Attorney General of India is appointed by the President under Article 76 of the Constitution. Fine. And how long can Attorney General be on his or her post? For that, he or she can hold the office during the pleasure of the President. As long President wants, Attorney General, he or she shall be holding his or her post. Fine, any confusion? So, anyone can you become Attorney General as well by fulfilling these criteria. Now, apart from it, Means these are the way they are being appointed, not the main criteria or necessary criteria for being appointed as a Attorney General of India. Very first thing, that qualifications, or one must be qualified to be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court. Means one's qualification must be as a judge of a Supreme Court, qualified to be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court if someone possesses this qualification, or possessing adequate legal practice, or have served as a judge or a requisite duration. Either means your qualification is that you may be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court. This is the first criteria. Second, possessing adequate legal practice, or have served as a judge for a requisite duration as mandated by the Constitution. Means the provisions that had been given in our Constitution. If someone fulfills it, then their candidature is bona fide to be appointed as a Attorney General of Republic of India. Now, as far as their responsibilities are concerned, children, getting the post is not enough in itself. Immense or enough responsibilities. Such people, such high-profile person and their offices, they need to give their best back to the society. Okay, so what are their duties and responsibilities? Very first thing, children, to advise the government of India upon legal matters, on all legal matters of government of India. Okay, whatsoever or whenever advice would be sought, would be asked to give their advice by the side of the government of India, it's the duty, it's the responsibility of Attorney General to do so. Simultaneously, to perform other duties of legal character, as may be referred or assigned to him by the President. Some are the routine duties. Some assignments are being given to them time to time. Okay, and these assignments may also come by the side of the appointing authorities. Means who has appointed them under our Constitution. President of India does possess this right to appoint the Attorney General of India. So, whenever President would assign, Attorney General will have to accept it wholeheartedly and do the same. Then, Attorney General, while performing his duties, has the right to appear in the court. Means Attorney General may be appearing in the courts as well. This is the right of the Attorney General. And this right is also known as right to audience given to the Attorney General. This right is known as right to audience. This question is very important for you children. Right to audience. Who has been given this right? Okay. And which right is known as right to audience? So this right to appear in the court is known as right to audience given to the Attorney General of India. Fine. Any doubt you do have? Must ask it. And one very important concept now related with it. Attorney General of India, they may also take part in proceedings of the Parliament. Okay, they may participate, they may take part in the proceedings of the Parliament, but one rider is here, caution is here, they don't have the right to vote. They can't vote by being in Parliament. They can participate. Means whenever government says that come and give clarification, give answer to some questions asked by the opposition parties, okay, or to clarify any issues, if their presence is necessary, government will tell them Attorney General may take part in the proceedings of the Parliament but can't vote in any case. Fine, children? Now, to assist Attorney General, we do have Solicitor General as well. Okay? So, Attorney General is assisted by a Solicitor General and 4 additional Solicitors General. Okay? I have given you people the name of all these Solicitors General, Attorney General. In last class also, I want from you all these names tomorrow. Okay? So, they are there, Solicitor General and 4 additional Solicitors General to assist them and the position of the Solicitor General and Additional Solicitors General is not recognized in the Constitution. Just like the position of the Attorney General has been given the due recognition in our Constitution, same is not in the case of Solicitor General and 4 additional Solicitors General. Okay, however, they are governed through rules enacted by the Parliament. So, whatsoever rules should be enacted by the side of the Parliament, they are being governed by that. Any confusion you do have? Any question? Must ask. Okay, now we are moving to the another very important legal officer. Just like a similar to the position of Attorney General at the central level, at the union level, we do have Advocate General at the state level, at the provincial level. Fine, children? So, the position of the Advocate General exists at the state level, at the provincial level. And Advocate General is a senior law officer who acts as a legal advisor to the state government. So, a senior law officer certainly would be acting as a legal advisor, not to the central government, to the state government here. Okay. And just like Article 76 was there in case of the Attorney General, in case of the appointment of Attorney General of India, here we do have dedicated article, Article 165. Okay, under this article, as per this Article 165 of our Constitution, Advocate General is appointed by the Governor of the respective state. For example, the Advocate General of Bihar would be appointed by the Governor of Bihar, Mr. Fagu Chauhan. His Excellency, generally we say before the name of the Judge, Governor, President, HE, His Excellency or Her Excellency. Fine. So, under this Article 165, now this Advocate General, as I told, is the chief legal advisor of the state. Advocate General is the chief legal advisor of the state, and Advocate General performs duties of a legal character. All the duties of legal character, law related matter would be performed by the Advocate General. Okay, including representing the state before the court. Whenever government needs Attorney General to represent government in the court, Attorney General will be doing so and used to do so. Fine. So, representing the state before the courts either through himself, herself, okay, Advocate General himself or herself may go to the court, or through the law officers or pleaders appointed by the state. So, Advocate General here may also get some assistance by the side of the state government, some pleaders, some other law officers, if state governments provide them. So, with their help also but ultimate responsibility is of Advocate General, in fact, children. Okay, ultimate responsibility is of Advocate General. Fine. So, before the court, state is being represented. For assistance, we do have the law officers, we do have the pleaders appointed by the court. Okay. Now, what are the necessary qualifications? How can one become the Advocate General of any state? Okay, like Bihar or West Bengal or Jharkhand or Uttarakhand or Uttar Pradesh. For that, necessary qualifications are, it's just like the qualification one needs to be appointed as a judge of a high court. So, we say similar to that of a judge of a high court. Fine. The position required to be appointed as a judge of the high court, similar qualifications one needs to be appointed as a Attorney General of a state. How long person can be on his or her post? What would be the tenure particularly? So, office is held during the pleasure of the governor. Okay. So, the office of the Advocate General is held during the pleasure of the governor, and the governor also determines the nature of remunerations for the Advocate General. The remunerations should be determined by the governor of the state concerned. What remuneration would be of the Advocate General. And just like we have seen in the case of the Attorney General, to assist Attorney General, we do have Solicitor General, we do have additional Solicitor General. So to assist here the Advocate General of any state, we do have additional Advocate Generals as well. Okay, so additional Advocate Generals are also appointed to assist the office of the Advocate General. Fine. So means it is the teamwork, it is the complete responsibility, not only the responsibility of the Advocate General to do everything. Yes, Advocate General used to have the responsibility to lead from the front of the entire law related things, affairs of a state concerned. Fine. So these were the two most important legal officer of our country at union level, the Attorney General of India, then to assist them, the Solicitor General, the additional Solicitors General, and at the state level, the Advocate General and additional Advocate Generals, along with some other law officers and pleaders even. Okay, just like government lawyers we do have. We said public prosecutors, PP, and we also say assistant public prosecutors, APP. Okay, those are the government lawyers. Fine, children. Hope you must have enjoyed today's lesson. Some assignments, some questions are there for you, children. Okay, must do your work religiously during this emergency condition of lockdown. Okay, you don't have to go out. It's everybody's compulsion to remain indoor to ensure our safety. That's why must make the most of this condition also. Simple questions are there in your assignment, like responsibilities of the Attorney General of India you need to write, the significance of Article 76 of our Constitution. You need to mention the necessary qualifications to be appointed as Attorney General of India. Then again Article 165 of our Constitution, what does it say, what does it signify? And the chief legal advisor of the state you need to name, and who happens to be the first legal officer of the nation, of any nation, in fact. Very simple thing. And what I had asked you in the beginning, the Attorney General of India, then the Solicitor General of India, okay, additional Solicitor General of India, and including the Advocate General of any state, just like for Bihar, the Advocate General of Bihar. Before starting our lesson tomorrow, next day, I would like you all to answer this question first. Okay, so it is an just like a assignment. Okay, and you do have the enough time nowadays. Just find, do Google, do find, and find some more interesting things regarding the offices of the Attorney General or of the Advocate General. Okay, so that tomorrow, if you find yourself, okay, till that level, if you succeed in becoming Attorney General or Advocate General, you could give best back to the society, back to the nation. Okay, have a good day, children. Take care, stay safe, stay indoors.